So it's wonderful to have you.
Great to be back.
This is the second time we've done Rachmaninoff, you and I. Rachmaninoff himself was an extraordinary pianist. And besides being a big man, I reminded myself he's 6 feet 6 inches tall, had huge hands, very famously. But besides being a massive man, he had a massive technique. So a real wonderful question for us to start with is, what's it like playing Rachmaninoff?
It's hard. It's very hard. People ask me often, because I have pretty small hands as far as pianists go. I mean, even the opening has the tenths. And people who are blessed with big enough hands to get the sound that they need for that opening can do it without breaking the chords. So finding a way to manage things like that is important in Rachmaninoff.
And my guess is that most every pianist has this problem, because few pianists can play a tenth or whatever his reach was.
Yeah. You get an insight into his type of technique. And there's such fleetness of independence of fingers, and the strength of his left hand. Because in the second concerto, especially, it's mostly left-hand accompanimental work. But
So if the audience watches your left hand, they're going to see a lot of work going on over here.
It's more than you're used to, and it's more intricate, and it's more designed, and there's more going on just in the left hand.
And often your left hand is accompanying the orchestra while we have the tune.
It's true. It's true. It's never easy. There's not an easy moment in the piece.
It's big playing all the time. Is there an endurance, a stamina factor?
Well, you have to pace yourself. You have to find a way to not blow all your energy within the first minute or so. That's kind of the point, is finding climaxes. Rachmaninoff was big on that. He would get off the stage sometime, and the first thing he'd say was either I got it, or I missed the point. I missed the peak.
Well, this concerto has 3 movements, so maybe you could talk a little bit about each of these movements.
The first movement is kind of amazing in the way the first couple of bars informs the rest of the movement. The theme that you get in the strings at the very beginning becomes the theme in the third movement.
And the second movement is so much line.
I think it's one of the few concerti that I can think of where I have the melody in single notes in one hand at a given time.
You're doing nothing but playing.
Just play the melody, yeah. Not with one finger.
Yeah, but that's what I would do. That's the way I would play it.
The exposed textures, and it's chamber music for the first 5 minutes or so.
That's right. You play, and then the solo flute comes in on top of it. The
Right.
very opening measures is you, and then the flute.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third movement is just a flurry of notes.
It is. But the big tune at the
That's
end.
right.
Long melody. All these melodies in this entire concerto are so long. They just keep going.
And you want them to keep going. You don't want
Right.
you want to wallow in them as long as they will go.
Almost, yeah. I mean, these melodies go on for a page. I don't know any other composer that can sustain a line like that.
Well, we're thrilled to have you here. You've performed this concerto before. We thank you for bringing it to us, and we thank you for coming back and doing Rachmaninoff with us a second time.
Well, it's my pleasure.
We'll be performing now the second piano concerto by Rachmaninoff.